almost there, but I just wanted to give you an update. We're still trudging up the snow and ice. I've got my spikes on, and it has totally gone into ice skating mode. Well, good morning, everyone. We are in North Carolina. We're doing our big winter hiking trip. We're at the trailhead of the first of 3 hikes we're going to do. The first 2 today basically are going to be fire tower hikes. We've been doing, the Carolina Mountain Club has a fire tower challenge where you do, I don't know, 28, 30 fire tower hikes, and we're about 3/4 of the way through. So we're going to do 2 of those today, kind of south of Cherokee. Very short hikes, but they're fire towers. I'll show you some video up at the top. And then tomorrow is really our big hike we're very excited about. We'll be staying in Gatlinburg tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to do Clingmans Dome. So that's a long, challenging hike, but the weather looks to be really good for both days. But more to come on that. Just wanted to check in and tell you kind of what we're doing the next 2 days so you can follow along. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. So here we are at the trailhead we're kind of looking at this, so because we're going to be here at the trailhead tomorrow very early, so I didn't want to do this in the dark, but this is where we're starting the hike in the morning, 7.9 miles. This is Newfoundland Gap Road. It's a very popular place, but we'll be here very early in the morning. But anyway, this is the trailhead because it's going to be dark in the morning. Just wanted to give you a shot of that. Good morning from Newfoundland Gap. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Newfoundland Gap. We're getting ready to hike up to Clingman, Kiowa. I don't know how to pronounce the Native American, but it's Clingmans Dome that we're going to hike up to via the Appalachian Trail. This is a bucket list. We've been wanting to do this. This is part of the Carolina, Fire Tower Challenge. It's going to be a rough hike. The weather is good. It's a little windy, but it's not freezing cold and snow, but it's windy. And in the 40s, so the wind chill's probably down in the 30s. But anyway, we're very excited about that. We're here at the crack of dawn, so it's going to be a while until it lights up. So we'll start filming there. So the first couple miles probably we won't get of the trail. I showed that to you yesterday. And one thing I do want to say, yesterday I mentioned we were going to do 2 fire towers. Well, we only did one, but the other one was on the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is shut down. The guy told us because there's ice in the tunnels, and that's a dangerous situation. So anyway, we will update you in a few minutes, and we're going to get going hiking. So glad you're here and joining us. See you in a little while. All right, we got a little bit of sunlight, and we're about 1.5 miles up the trail. You can see it's kind of where the road hits the trail. So far it's been quite easy. We got 6.2 back up, so we're going to go ahead and start our way up the Clingmans Dome. Not any ice, not any snow yet. I'll show you some once we hit some, okay? I think it's light enough to give you an update. Hopefully this is a good enough picture, but this is kind of typical AT Trail. It's actually pretty beautiful right here. And probably 3 days ago, it would have been pure ice. It's soggy, and but there hasn't been any snow or ice here because it's been quite mild the last couple of days. So a lot of this has melted. We're gonna see how far up it has or hadn't melted. We're just over 5,000 feet. I think it's about 5,500 feet at this point. It's gonna be like, I think that the summit's 6,600 feet. You correct me on that, but I'll look at my watch when we get up there. But it's one of the higher points on the East Coast. But so far it's just been, this is the AT through the Smokies. This is a lot of what you get, which is absolutely beautiful. Okay, you may be able to hear me or not, but we've just hit like 5,900 feet elevation, and it's windy and there's ice, more ice than we've seen on the trail. In fact, hopefully I won't break my leg going up this, but the good news is, and why I came back on, is we actually, and you can see it going up, we actually found the ice wall, so on the way back down we'll get pictures for you. Okay, now we're about almost 6,200 feet, and it's getting a little gnarly, as the beach people say. A little bit steeper, 6,200 feet steeper, more ice. Probably could use our spikes and crampons at this point, but I think we've got less than a mile to go. So anyway, this is much what the trail looks like right now, over 62 or around 6,200 feet. The wind is picking up as well, which we knew that would be the case. 30-mile-an-hour gusts in the 40s. But if anything changes between now and the summit, I'll get you some video of it. All right, change of plans. You can see I've got my spikes on. We're putting our spikes on, so sorry for the quick movement, but I think the rest of the way is going to be pure ice. So anyway, there's your update. We're almost there, but I just wanted to give you an update. We're still trugging up the snow and ice. So this is what we're looking at about 63 feet, 100 feet up. There's a crevasse, so don't fall through it. Yeah, it's not that big, but that's unusual. I will tell you this, I'm bringing this up that you can hear me. I've got my spikes on, and it has totally gone into ice skating mode, snow, post hole. We would have never been able to do this without spikes, and we surely wouldn't be able to walk downhill coming back down. So we're almost at the summit. You can hear me breathing. It's been this way. We're almost losing the trail, post hole in ice. So it is what I wanted though, but I would not have wanted to hike the entire way up in this. We would have never made it. So anyway, that's the update, with one last pro tip from a non-pro. Dad advice: please get spikes. And you can do hikes like this with spikes. It opens up a whole nother thing. But get spikes. we've got some cheap Amazon ones. It makes a heck of a difference. So, you know, 55 plusers, you can do it in spikes. I mean, we're walking normal on ice with these spikes. So anyway, when we get to the summit in the outlook, I'll video you some more. Okay, well, here we are. I'll tell you that the last mile is just like the Sierras, but here we are at the dome. We're just dropped right out. It's not going to be any views, but you can see the overlook. All right, here we are at the top. It's official. No views. We've been up here where we had views and it's beautiful, but sorry I can't share that with you, but I think I'm going to be able to share a nice ice wall with you. So anyway, that last mile and a half was treacherous going, pretty gnarly and sketchy. So next we'll show you the wall next. Okay, here we are. We're getting ready to make the turn down the road down to that ice wall. So as you can see, it's still foggy here, but it's been a great hike so far, so no complaints. Sorry, this is a little shaky. Okay, this is Nolan's Divide Trail right up here. It's fogged in, but this is basically where the ice wall is. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, that's, I don't know, 300 feet. It's not continuous, but it's 300 feet. And after this, we're gonna get back on trail. Okay, well, we're on our last few miles here. What an epic trip. I'm not, you know, we're going down. I'm probably not going to film much unless something exciting happens, like a bear or something, but which is doubtful. But anyway, we're headed down. I will do kind of a closing thing once we get back down to the parking lot, just to end things. But I wanted to, you know, show you what this looks like. It's really a rainforest type thing here. It's pretty much what the trail is the whole way, except when we got up higher, I think it was over 59. That's when the weather changed. The snow and the ice were there, and it was really windy. But tell you what, it was really worth the trip. We've had this trail all to ourselves. Sorry, I'm angling that wrong, but we've had this trail all to ourselves. We saw 4 younger men that were coming down. I don't know exactly where they were coming from, but so me and Tina, my wife, have had this all day. So anyway, I'll give you some more video once we get to the end, unless something spectacular happens. All right, here we are, we're done. Epic. We're doing a little bit of a road walk here at the very end. This is where we started this morning. I'm gonna close down. I'm not gonna say a whole lot. If you have any questions about the hike, let me know. I'm gonna try to put my stats up there, you know, mileage, elevation, all these things. But if you have any specific questions, let me know. But I will tell you this in closing, because I'm gonna close out the video. It's been a long day, but it has been an epic. It's a top 5. Absolutely, it's a top 5 hike on my bucket list, and I'm glad I did it. The only thing that was not any good was that I was disappointed in is when we got to the top, there weren't any views. But you know what? That type of weather up there actually ended up being just as epic to me. So anyway, top 5 hike on my list checked off. I'm glad I did it. Now Tina may say a little bit different, but anyway, I loved it. Let me know if you have any questions.